have a monkey in your pants?
Hello everybody, how's it going? Hope you're all well in the world of YouTubes. This is basically a very quick unboxing, quick look at an item which arrived in the post today, and considering it came from Hong Kong or somewhere like that, and for the cost, the money that it cost me I should say, and how quick it came, our postal service in the UK sucks compared to the Hong Kong International Postal Service obviously. But those of you who may or may not know that been following me, I've been playing with a Hyperspin setup, getting it set up properly, etc. Using an Xbox 360 wired controller to play the majority of the emulators on the system, but I thought I would have a look, or I did contemplate actually getting a USB adapters for various like Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, Genesis controllers, things like that. I realise Mega Drive and Genesis is the same thing, but just skip over that. But then I started looking into USB Super Nintendo controllers, for example, and a lot of them you can get them on Amazon. I forget the makes of them, and some of them are really cheap and really bad quality. I've watched quite a few video reviews of various ones where this is a proper Super Nintendo pad, but where this little thing is just a sticker and it's peeling off, and the start and select buttons aren't even rubber. They're just really bad quality. So I've done a bit of digging about. I do have real Super Nintendo joypads, but I've done a bit of digging about and seen what if there's any good ones out there basically. So I came across this on the world of eBay, and like I say, considering how quick this got to me and the price it cost me, I don't even know how. But it was called a iBuffalo, or a Buffalo is what it was. Super Nintendo control pad. There you go, you can see it in the box there. The thing that I liked about it, especially for the European market or the Famicom market, we had the coloured buttons, whereas obviously the Americans had the violet purple coloured buttons. I wasn't a big fan of them. This is what I was used to growing up, these awesome multicoloured buttons here. So this is the only one that I've seen, correct me if I'm wrong, that's got these coloured buttons on it, and I really do like the look of them. It's got the rubber start and select buttons, which I think is really important. It gives a genuine sort of feel, and it's got a turbo and a clear turbo button, I presume, which isn't particularly important to me at the end of the day. Go over the box very quickly. Foreign writing, it says USB. That's all I understand. Windows 7, Windows 8. That's all it says. The side of the box, there you go. Let you have a look at that. This side of the box, the back, it's got a picture of it and lots of foreign writing, as you can see. But packaging wise, it looks really nice. It looks the part. The controller looks the part as well. I've not opened it, like I said, it just came today, but I shall now live on camera. And to give you an idea, I think this cost me £13 posted. I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe we'll see by the quality of it in a second. So open up the box. It's just a little hand tab inside it. I wondered what that was that was falling out. So obviously a shop could potentially display this. Manual, there you go, iBuffalo manual. I don't expect anything of any importance or relevance to be in here. No, it's all in foreign language, Chinese, Japanese, Hong Kongese. Apologies if you're from Hong Kong, I don't know what language you speak. But the most important part is the controller. That's what we want to have a look at the end of the day. If I can get it out of this wrapping. Hold on. Out of here. Don't make this stuff easy. Oh my god, how's this cable supposed to fit through here? Hold on. Magic. And it's obviously USB cable, because it's intended to be. Oh. I am pleasantly surprised actually. Jesus. That's pretty good. Oh, I thought that was going to be a pile of crap from other ones that I've seen. So that's it there. To give you an indication, this is a UK Super Nintendo pad. Look at them. Now the focus might not be auto-focusing because I do switch autofocus off or else my camera goes bananas, so it might not be 100% focus, but look how similar and how good does this new pad look. Thickness on the back of it, Obviously, you're not going to have the Nintendo sticker, but there you go. But yeah, it certainly looks the part. Weight-wise, it's about the exact same. I know one of my good friends, Retro Paul, got one of these controllers, and he said it was light as anything. Not one of these, but a really cheap one off Amazon. He says don't get a USB controller, it's light as anything. It feels cheap, but they feel very similar. Plastic-wise, they look the exact same as well. Look like they're made of the exact same plastic. This bit isn't peeling off, which I've heard some stories of some really cheap ones, but I wish I could somehow show you better. But look at that. They look practically the same. They really do. Now bear in mind this one is a very old controller, the original one, but this one that I got today, L and R buttons on it, very good. I've watched some video reviews of some really cheap and nasty USB SNES controllers, and these click for some reason, but these really good. The start and select buttons, both rubber, both feel really good. ABXY buttons, again, I'm not just saying this, it feels like the exact same as a real Super Nintendo pad. I'm impressed. And the D-pad as well is ridiculously good. I don't know if you can see me on camera, I'm picking up a genuine one and putting it down and picking up this one. It's ridiculous. The D-pad maybe actually, I just noticed, maybe is a little bit higher. You probably can't see that at all, maybe you can there. On the replica one, shall we call it, on the USB one than this, but this is a official Super Nintendo joypad. This is the Buffalo one, or the iBuffalo. I'm not even joking, that is pretty, I don't think you could get a better USB joypad. It's quite, it is really impressive. That is the iBuffalo, the genuine one. Wow, is all I can say. Really impressed with that so far. That's, or by the first impressions of it. That's the box if you're looking for it on eBay or something like that. And what I'll do now, guys, is I'll plug it in and I'll play a couple of Super Nintendo games and give you my impression. I can't stop touching it. I can't believe it's a fake pad. It just feels and looks the exact same. It doesn't look cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. But I'll plug it in. Excuse me, I've got windy pops, and I'll have a play of some Super Nintendo games and let you know my thoughts on it. Press so far. And guys, quick and easy recording it. I was going to show you me playing with this Glorious Joyce pad, I should say, on my big telly Hyperspin, but I thought it's just easy for me to record it while I sit in front of this PC like this. So using this, we'll get the game started. First time I've played using this joypad again. One thing I will say, I don't like the feel of this. It's because my finger sort of sits there, so I might just peel that sticker off. It's not a big deal. It's just personal. It's me being a plonker, to be honest with you. Like I say, playing with this bad boy here, and the joypad is great. Honestly, I said it when I was playing with it, when I was holding it, I should say, and it just feels like a Super Nintendo joypad or a Super NES, depending on what part of the world you're from, or a SNES joypad even. It really does. Curious to see how it plays with the likes of Street Fighter type games, obviously. For oh, bugger hell, Yoshi, come back, you twat. To get a comparison how the D-pad side of it works, because that'll really put it to its test, I think. But what I think I'll do is I'll just complete this level, and then I'll switch to Street Fighter and see how it plays, and then give you a quick recap on it. Basically, I'll just sprint through it. I didn't think Yoshi was running quick. There he was. It's just a bit slow today. Come on, Super Mario World. Bestest game in the world ever. Whee! I know I could have done that other bit with a bit, but I didn't do it with a bit. But so far, impressed with this. Really am impressed with that bit. I'll stick on
a Street Fighter game, and we'll see how this works for fireballs and stuff like that. Right guys, so back again, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'm a Street Fighter master. Watch this, I'll get my butt handed to me. Is there not a cheat so you can get more than 4 stars? I forgot. So still playing with this USB iBuffalo classic USB gamepad. That's what it's called in the front there. And I honestly, just looking at it, with the exception that it says iBuffalo on the top, and it's got the turbo clear button, it looks like a Super Nintendo joypad. It feels like a Super Nintendo joypad. I bought this with more money, so and even the start and select button there are rubber. They feel like Super Nintendo pads. It's crazy, man. It is really, really crazy. I can't get over how much it is, just like the real thing. This will put it to its test. Oh, come on! Look at that! Oh my god! It's just like that wasn't me not being able to do the move, it's me trying to use the shoulder button to do the move. I usually change my buttons, but I didn't. There we go, that was... Come on! Oh, I'm gonna get bummed because I'm messing about. There we go. I'll have one more round. I can never use the shoulder buttons to do the Dragon Punch for some reason. I usually change the buttons, and I just don't use the light button. Oh, he's fucking... There you go, I can do it that way. And that was with the shoulder button, so there you go. Yeah, it seems to work totally fine. Absolutely amazed. I'll just finish this guy off, maybe. Oh Christ, I got beat. Anyway, I'll give you a quick recap, an overview, and my final thoughts on this pad.
So folks, you saw a little gameplay section there with me using the iBuffalo joypad, and honestly, I was impressed when I unpackaged it and had a look at it and compared it to the real deal. I was impressed when I played with it. It is absolutely, you can't tell a difference. I'm not even joking. It probably feels better than this genuine pad because this is an old worn pad where this is basically brand new. Like I said, the only thing that does bother me a little bit is this sticker. It's a bit shiny, and that's where this finger seems to sit for some reason. But very, very impressed. Very, very impressed with this joypad. That's what the box looks like, guys. iBuffalo classic USB gamepad. It's what it's called. If you're in the market for a Super Nintendo, SNES, Super NES, whatever you want to call it, USB joypad, I would say this is the one to go for. But for what I've seen and read of reviews of other ones out there, they're just cheap tart, whereas this, you can't tell the difference. I'm not even joking. Take those buttons off, take that iBuffalo sticker off, and you would never know it wasn't a genuine pad. Very, very, very impressed with it indeed, and well worth the little amount of money that it cost me on eBay. And I like the fact that these are the proper, do you know what I mean, Europe style coloured buttons, or Super Famicom coloured buttons. Very nice joypad. That's it from me, guys. Thank you much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any questions or anything about it, feel free to put them in the comments below. But very impressed with this indeed.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?